From a galaxy far, far away to the final frontier, the depths of the universe have long since fascinated us on the big screen. I'm Katelynn Pedri.
And I'm Paul Gursky. This month on Theme on Screen, we're headed to space as we explore the furthest reaches of the universe.
So strap on your spacesuit as we blast off and explore Theme on Screen. And remember, in space, no one can hear the sound of the paddle on little Timmy Chalamet's ass.
Well. Episode 20.
I'm not going to say, look at us, we did it. Like, we made it to 20, because I say that every time. But we made it to 20.
Do you know 20 is more podcast episodes than any other episode of any other podcast?
What? No. What?
Yeah, this is the most episodes of a podcast. 20.
Okay.
I didn't do any
I'll
fact
take
checking
it.
on that, but could be.
It
right?
sounds wrong, but I'll take it. I'm proud of us either way.
Yeah, I mean,
So
20 weeks ago, a little more than 20 weeks ago, did you think we'd really stick it through for 20 episodes?
yeah.
Yeah. 20 seems like a reasonable number. I don't know. If we get to 52.
It's when we get to the triple digits that I'll be questioning.
Wow.
I know.
That's a lot.
Like when I pull a podcast thinking about listening to them, and I'm like, where do I even begin? Because there's like 200 episodes, so you just don't do it. So now's the time. Get in on the ground floor.
Yeah, if you're listening to us now, you should keep listening to us.
Yeah, you should keep doing that. You're making a really great decision. So what's going on, buddy? What do you got?
I don't know. Still recovering from our
away.
wild Oscar party. You know, that was just
Put those yawns away.
A long, wild night that we had 2 days ago, and then I had to go back to work today.
We did stay up pretty late, which was something I don't normally do. But we shut the casino down. No, it never shut down. You didn't have anything to add to that?
We went to the casino. Do you want to talk about my birthday trip? It says that on the outline. It says discuss birthday trip.
Yeah, would you like to discuss your birthday trip? I thought that maybe you would like to take some time to talk about your likes and your dislikes, and that we celebrated you. Like, I would want to talk about people celebrating me.
You talk about people celebrating other people too, because it's like all you do. Like, you just meet a random person, you're like, "Hey, it's his birthday."
I would do that. Yes,
you did.
I did
that.
meet.
You did frequently. Everyone you met, you told them it was my birthday, and an attempt to embarrass me. Yeah,
as I should. Like, why wouldn't you want to celebrate? I did meet a random person who, I told him it was your birthday. It was the security guy. Told the security guy.
Yeah, and they still won't let you bring a bag past security.
Yeah, listeners, security guy was like, hey, I can't let you bring that alcoholic beverage into the casino if you didn't buy it here. I'm like, I did. I bought it from that bar over there. And he's like, also, they're going to want to look through your gift bag in case there's food. And I was like, well, there is. Like, there is food, but what do you want me to do about it? And luckily, Paul showed up just in time, so I didn't have to, like, run the bag back or anything. So what did you get? Did you get anything fun?
So for my birthday weekend, I went with my friends John and Katelynn and my beautiful wife Katie to a casino on the west side of the state. They just recently renovated the casino and they put in a brand new pool. I would say it's kind of a Vegas style pool. Would you agree with that, Katelynn?
Yeah, I've been to a couple. It was on par with, like, the look of it and the shape of it. I mean, I would have liked louder music. We're kind of used to that, but it had palm trees, and the light came through the ceiling. It wasn't much light, but it was a dreary day. So
it was a very dreary day. And it has been just very dreary lately, and for like several months, except for a couple of nice days. So I was just looking forward to some, beach vibes and a pool vibe. So that's what we did. And, we also love casinos. So we pooled all afternoon and then casinoed all night. And it was my ideal way to spend a birthday. So what did I get for my birthday? I got friendship from my good friend John and my beautiful wife Katie.
And Katelynn didn't give friendship at all.
Oh, and my co-host and friend Katelynn got me this cool Theme on Screen merch. So thanks so much, Katelynn.
It looks great.
Like everyone. Theme on Screen. It's me and Katelynn.
We did it. That looks no, it's a good sweater. Good sweater. I just got to find a place that'll mass produce them because I can't just
Mass
do
produce them for all of our Matt Turners out there.
I can't just do one at a time. Keep your eye out. Maybe one day I'll figure it out.
Yeah, but that's
Oh,
what we
I
did.
wanted to give a shout out though. They're not going to hear me. They're not going to know. Katie and I got noodles at the end of the night. I can't remember what it's called, Lucky Noodle, Dragon Lucky Noodle, whatever. Those are some of the best damn noodles I've ever had. And I ate those noodles for 2 days after we got back because there was so much. There's nothing like having a couple drinks, getting back to your room, taking your shoes off, opening up your takeout, and just really just scarfing it in. Just scarfing that in.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can say the name of the casino, right? We're not there anymore, but it's
We
called
don't
Gun
live
Lake.
there.
It's closest to Grand Rapids. It was really nice. It exceeded my expectations in every way, and I guess we do non-movie shout-outs at the end, but I'm just going to shout out the casino right now because I would recommend a day trip for any of you Michigan-based listeners. It's a really nice casino. Yeah, nice amenity, nice, lots of games, way bigger than expected. Drinks were only like $5, so it wasn't anything crazy. I mean, maybe something more expensive for Katelyn's fancy drinks, but for a beer, it's like $5. It's a Friday night. It wasn't too crazy busy. We didn't have to wait long. The food was all better than expected. I didn't have any of the noodles, but my burger was really good that we had for dinner. So just like A+ experience.
Yeah, and I'd say that it was really clean. And because it
Mm-hmm.
was new and recently renovated, none of that cigarette smoke was lingering around. And um, all the games worked. I didn't see any games that were
Yeah,
broken, which is something I see a lot around here. Little sign on there like broken.
come back some other day.
Yeah. And
Yeah, the only
I
complaint.
did win, so
Yeah, I won too. Just a lack of video table games. They had some real table games. They had some video roulette, but no video craps, no video blackjack. I like to play my table games, but without other people around. So
right. You don't want to have
that
the
was kind of a
pressure of
bummer.
having to talk to the pit
Hmm.
guy or gal. Pit guy
And
gal.
sometimes when you're just doing slots all night, your money can go really fast. And yeah,
Mhm.
thankfully it didn't. And we were all winners except for Katie. But Katie was a winner because she got to hang out with us. So
Yeah.
that's my birthday part one. Should we
Part
say what
1,
we're doing for
yes.
my birthday part two this weekend because it's podcast
Um,
related?
I mean, I was gonna keep it for the end, but let's go. Yeah.
We can say it whenever you want. It's your
We can
birthday.
say it twice. Just go
Oh, yeah.
ahead.
Well, as you may or may not know, if you looked at our schedule on Instagram, our next movie is Project Hail Mary. So we are going to see Project Hail Mary in theaters. Longtime listeners know that every time we go to see a movie, we have a terrible experience because there's just jackasses talking. So this time we found something called a skybox, which is like a private room at a local theater, and there's like 17 seats. So I found
Perfect.
16 of my closest friends, and we all got tickets to go see the movie. So we will be in a skybox together watching Project Hail Mary. And if anyone talks, we will know who it is, and we can shame them because they're one of my friends.
Yep.
And yeah.
If you're listening and you are planning on going, we will say your name on the next episode. We will call you out as a talker in theaters. We're
Mhm.
not playing around.
We'll post your picture on our
Yep.
socials. Maybe with like,
Wanted, chatting.
but like unwanted when you go to see a movie
Yeah.
because
We
they're
actually
chatty.
don't want this. It
Hmm.
should be a really good time. I am pleased as punch just to see kind of what it looks like. I tried to look up pictures. I'm not really understanding because I think you're not in the actual theater. I think you are like kind of above it, right? And perhaps there's some kind of a glass situation.
I
The
don't
pictures
know.
were not doing it any justice. So
It's a first for me, so I guess we'll just wait and see. Maybe we can
good
find a
luck to
video.
us.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm
Maybe
excited
we'll
to
put something
celebrate
on
my
the
birthday for
maybe we
a
should put
second
something on the
weekend.
gram. Let people know how it looks. Like if
Yeah.
it's a good experience.
So hopefully we can just enjoy seeing a movie for the first time since send help, I guess.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. Well, moving into more movie content,
More
I
movie
guess.
content.
We had should we go? Let's go recent movies watch because I did a good job this
You did a
week.
good job. I've only watched one that isn't podcast related.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah, it's your birthday,
Well,
so you lead it.
yeah. Edie and I watched Sorcerer on Saturday night as my
Ooh,
birthday movie for the year.
is that an actual DVD?
It's better than a DVD. It's a 4K.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, so this is one of those movies that's often mentioned on like The Big Picture, like Sean and Sierra will throw it out. Like it's a movie that's supposed to turn film boys into film men. Just one of those
Is it
underappreciated
sexual?
classics. Yeah, that was kind of overlooked at its time. It actually came out right around Star Wars in 1977, so that didn't do it any favors, but it's there's been a new appreciation for this movie or for the last hour many, I don't know. It sells out rep theaters and stuff now, and it's yeah, obviously got this nice 4K Criterion edition. It's directed by William Friedkin, who you might know as the director of The Exorcist. I know one of your favorite movies. You love possessed little girls. Yeah, but it was great. One of the most intense movies about driving slowly that I have ever seen.
Is that a
And
Jeep on the front?
it's a truck.
Oh, okay.
So I can tell you a little bit about the plot if you'd like. It's just about some guys that have to transport some leaking dynamite through a dangerous jungle road.
Is one of them a sorcerer or like?
No, the truck's called Sorcerer.
Oh, okay.
And if you can see on the back there, it says one of the special
Yep.
features, a conversation between filmmaker James Gray and critic Sean Fennessy.
Oh, there you go.
One of my favorite special features, Katie and I made sure to watch that after we finished the movie. So if you're looking for a good, really underseen movie, or if you want to start your 4K collection, if you want to become a film man instead of a film boy, I would highly recommend Sorcerer.
I sure do. I sure do want to be a film man.
So that's all I watched that wasn't today's movie, but Katelynn, you did watch a lot. So why don't you tell us what you watched?
Yes, did the one that we watched for our show. I watched Perfect Blue. Yep, we still see it. Yep, Sorcerer. Screenshot, got it. I watched Perfect Blue on HBO Max. It's an anime film. Honestly, what do we say? Beautiful, perfect, amazing.
I don't
She
know if I would say beautiful though, because it's pretty dark.
I know it is pretty dark. I like it for some, but I think I told you I was like, for some reason I feel like I either know this film or I've seen this film, and it came out in what 1997, and I
97, yeah.
wasn't into anime in 1997 besides like Kiki's Delivery Service, so I don't know why I know this movie, but she's a former pop star. She just gave up being a pop star so that she can be an actress, and she ends up having what she thinks is somebody who is following her and essentially killing all these people around her. And then a big twist at the end, and I'm not giving that away. So I think everybody should watch it. It's a good way to spend 2 hours of your time if you're into anime. And what would you say? Like,
Just
what do you call that when it's all death like? And
kind
like,
of
what's the word for that?
death-like,
Like
did you say?
horror. Yeah, it's like a kind
It
of
almost
horror.
I would say it's more like suspense slash thriller, but there's some elements of horror. I also did watch this one, but I watched it like a week and a half ago or whatever, so I
Hmm.
forgot to mention it last week, but that's why I'm chiming in too. Yeah, just it almost kind of reminds me of like a David Fincher movie, like just dark, gritty
Yeah,
crime. Yeah.
but like that sexual kind of
A little bit of
undertone,
yeah, Matt
little
Turner, if you're
sexy.
wondering if there's any sexiness in it, there's definitely some anime nudity, so I know that's
Yeah,
your bag.
anime pubes. Besides that, John really wanted to watch The Martian. All he kept talking about was, you guys need to watch The Martian, The Martian, The Martian. If there's one thing about Matt Damon, he's going to go to space. Um, and this was a decent movie. I don't know. I didn't love it. Is that bad of me? People really do love The
I
Martian.
haven't seen it, and I would have liked to have gotten it in this weekend, but we just ran out of time.
Well, you could still do it. I mean,
Maybe tomorrow. I don't know.
yeah,
Tomorrow,
maybe
my
like a
actual
nighttime
birthday.
thing.
I want Katie and I just to watch a movie together. So we'll see what we can fit in tomorrow night.
Yeah, basically, so Matt Damon gets left on the planet that he's supposed to be doing research with his research team, and like a
What
big
planet is it?
fuck if I remember,
Isn't
Mars.
it Mars? Because it's called The Martian. I was making a joke. I thought that was really obvious that it was Mars, but
I
never
guess
mind.
that's the only one people seem to go to. I don't fucking know.
That joke did
He
not
gets left
land.
behind. Sorry. And he has to survive because they can't like get back to him. And you get a great docking scene. You get Matt Damon making like trying to grow potatoes in his own shit. You get Jessica Chastain again. She loves space. She's always going to be in space. I just thought there was some strange casting in this one that I couldn't get around. Like they had Kristen Wiig as like the PR person for NASA. And I get that there was a time when she was really trying to be more serious with her acting, but it's Kristen Wiig, man. Like let her be funny.
Is her
Um,
performance serious at all, or
yeah,
does it
it's
just is it
generally
a
yeah, kind
good
of
or
serious.
serious performance though, or is it just you can't get past the fact that it's Kristen Wiig in a non-comedic
It's
role?
almost like on the edge for me of being
Mm.
like she wanted to make some of the jokes, but then like pulled it back. That's how I felt. Uh Finally got to Hamnet, thank goodness, because Jessie Buckley. Um, I really like that. That was up my alley for sure. I definitely cried. Probably 3.5 to 4 crying Caitlins at the end there. It was bad.
Wow. So if you're gonna
Like,
be doing bingo at home, you can add Hamnet to the list
yeah,
for Three Crying Caitlin. Okay.
yeah. That one really got me. That one really got me going. Great performances all around, and Jessie definitely earned hers. And then Secret Agent, which I thought was also really great. Uh, That one really kept me going, kept me involved. Wagner Moura, loved him. You guys got to
Yeah.
watch Narcos because he's in that one. And great performance. Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was a really interesting movie too. I knew nothing about it. Ray had mentioned last week that he was kind of let down because he thought it was going to be more of an espionage
More
thriller,
spy, yeah.
and it's not at all. I mean, it's only called The Secret Agent because I think The Secret Agent's playing at
Is that
one of the
just
movie theaters, right?
is that just the way that the name maybe translated into English? Because he's not really even ever
He's
a
not
secret agent.
spying or doing
He's not
anything like.
spying. He's
Yeah,
just
he's just
kind of trying to be more, I guess, cover and like get away from people who didn't want him alive? Could
yeah.
that be secret
But
agenty?
I mean the movie The Secret Agent is playing on like the marquee at the movie theater. I think
That's
where
true, but they also watch Jaws, and the movie's not called
yeah,
Shark
it's not
Movie.
called Jaws or well, it was The Omen that was playing, right?
That one either.
You don't like any exorcism movies?
I don't know. No, that's no, that's a big thing with me. I'm not into exorcisms.
Well, if we do a bingo part two, I'm definitely putting exorcism movie on the bingo card. It's just to
I
get
don't
it
know.
out there.
I do wonder if I would still be as afraid as I was when I first saw those movies because I had nightmares when after I saw The Exorcist for probably a good week. Just I woke up crying and screaming because I thought the devil was going to take over Taylor. So
Did he? Are we sure that he didn't? I've met Taylor.
well, I'm pretty sure that he didn't. If anything, it was probably me, but
No. One interesting fact: the director of The Exorcist, William Friedkin, directed this movie Sorcerer.
Hey, did he direct Sorcerer? Because I was actually
Yeah,
I was thinking about that movie today.
you should watch it. I've got
Did
the
you
4K.
watch
You can
it?
borrow it. Yeah.
Can I
I
watch a 4K on my PlayStation 5?
yes, that is where I
Okay.
watched it. Yeah. I just rarely ever get to have props, so it's fun when I can work the prop back into the conversation.
I mean, you always have like a soda pop, so maybe that could also be.
This is the second
Drink
time we've done a
Starry.
well, it's caffeine free. It's what I have to drink at night. But it's the second time I've ordered pickup delivery. I'm probably going to cut this from the episode. It's not that interesting, but we just did a pickup order from Kroger because they were having a 6 soda deal, but I ordered 0 sugar and they gave me full sugar. It's like, what if I was
Well,
actually
yeah, you
diabetic
probably
instead of
got
just
some
trying to cut
dope.
back on some calorie?
You got some dope who wasn't reading, and they're like, "Oh, bananas are out. Do you want the runts? Do you want banana runts?"
I mean, maybe. I like candy. But you know what?
Like, potatoes are
Yeah,
out. Can I just get you this picture of a potato that I found? The jokes are better online.
I guess. I just, I didn't want sugar, so
Hey, whatever you
shout out to
want.
the casino. Opposite of a shout out to Kroger order pickers. I don't know. That's all I've got. What about? So we're done with movies, right? That's all the
No,
movies we've
well,
watched recently.
we gotta watch. Yeah, those are all the movies that we
But
watched.
we're
But
gonna
let's
talk
not forget
about
we got to talk about Oscars.
yeah. So Caitlin and I threw a giant Oscar party. It was me, Caitlin, and
Everybody
Katie.
came. Oh,
Busted out the red carpet. Buster and Bella were there.
Buster and Bella, the bells of the bull.
No, they were both a little bit naughty, actually.
mm, they did get into a little scrump.
Yeah, but really fun night watching the Oscars, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think overall it was a really good show. I enjoy Conan as a host in general. I thought he did a good job. I thought he was genuinely funny. Timmy took a lot of strays I almost said last night, as he should though. He took strays from me on the pod last week, and it's it's a weird thing, and I don't know if this has happened to you. For somebody that I am ride or die for, to watch just kind of their downfall happen so quickly. Um I don't think it's going to ruin him, but I think a lot of people were angry enough, and obviously angry enough because they made a lot of freaking jokes about it, and rightfully so. He should have got roasted. Don't say that shit. Don't say dumb shit.
Yeah. I don't know if he's going to be okay. I think this probably ruined his career.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think he'll ever act again. Speaking
Hopefully
of
he
which,
parlays into some more roles of like romance, like maybe a couple romantic comedies. That's what I would like to see.
I feel like that he wants to win an Oscar, and you're probably not going to win an Oscar for a rom.
He's got to get back in the good graces of the viewers and the audience. And Dune 3 is going to be a tough watch for somebody who is anybody who's not watching Dune already, I guess. Did you see the
Dune
trailer?
Dune 3 is going to be a tough watch for me because I just don't find those movies very interesting. Yeah, but I saw the trailer.
Okay.
It was
Cool, cool.
a good trailer. I'm going to go see it. I've seen the first two.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see it regardless. John loves the Dunes.
Do you
Do you
think
have anything
them
else?
releasing the trailer today was kind of
Was
trying to be like,
tactical?
yeah, like, oh, Timmy
Yeah.
made an ass of himself. Let's put this out real quick so people just kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
talk about this instead of Marty Supreme not winning any awards.
Yeah, I think they pushed it forward for sure, especially because right now Zendaya is doing all of her press for the drama, and so I think if I was a, public relations person, I would wait till that's kind of coming near the end, kind of wrapping up, but
Yeah.
I guess it's just a
No.
trailer. They're not gonna start doing any press or photo calls besides that.
Yeah, we'll see. I guess they're gonna have to move the release date of that movie, so I guess we'll see
Also,
when it actually comes
mostly
out.
because if they put Timmy out right now on to be doing interviews about Dune, they're gonna ask him.
Yeah, everybody's been.
So,
You still hate opera and ballet. You still
he's
get your
still a
ass smacked
dick.
with the paddle.
Yeah, so they're gonna wait for that to pass. Uh, right, I wrote nothing for Marty Supreme, and then Best Actor, Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, that was a really good moment of the night. I think we all had it on our ballots, but it's still, even if we predicted it, it was just fun to see.
It was
He
good to see him
seemed
up there.
a lot more humble than Timmy, and that's all. Screw you, Timmy.
I worry that because you don't see, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see a lot of these like the campaign generally. I guess they're like, hey, yeah, I'm up for an Oscar or whatever. But I don't think I've ever seen someone go so hard and just Oscar, 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 all they're talking about. And you didn't see any of that from Michael B. Jordan. It's not like he was out there like. If people asked him, "Are you excited to be nominated?" Yes, but it wasn't like he was out there trying to be like, pick me," so,
Well, I don't even
um,
think when Sinners came out, like, what, close to a year ago, it was like last
yeah,
April, right? I don't
uh-huh,
think when that came out, everyone was like, oh, he was great in it. I don't know if anyone really would have picked him at that moment to be the front runner for Best Actor. I think
no.
even just knowing that Leo had a movie coming out, that Timmy had a movie come out that he was already campaigning for, like, those guys were in the forefront of the conversation before their movies were even
For most
released.
of the
And
year.
then, yeah,
Yeah.
the quiet, like, I don't know. I think it just speaks to the fact that Sinners was just a good, enjoyable movie that resonated with a lot of people. That One Battle still ended up winning more awards for the night, but Sinners getting all the nominations that it did, and then some of the big awards that it got.
Some of the
And it
bigger
was
ones,
just really
yeah.
cool to see. Yeah, and I was happy for like best foreign film. I'm glad it went to sentimental value. I'm glad my second favorite movie of the year was represented. Good to see the cast and the crew. Oh, for that, I don't know. I don't know if there are any other really big surprises, but I just did think it was an overall enjoyable show. It
Did you
didn't.
think, Amy Madigan was a surprise, or did you think that was
Oh, I had her as my pick. I didn't think it was a surprise.
mhm. And then Sean Penn, who didn't show up, that was a
Yeah,
surprise. But
I'm kind of
he's done
bummed.
that before. I'm pretty sure he hasn't shown up
Yeah.
many times.
Well, I'm pretty sure if we go back and listen to our One Battle After another episode, I said at that time that he was a lock for Best Supporting Actor, and then I didn't even end up picking him. I picked Stellan Skarsgård, so what do I know? I guess I was right initially,
Well, it
and then
wasn't
I
the
didn't.
it wasn't the award for best limp.
I did think his performance was really good in that movie.
Yeah, he was a straight creep.
He is a straight creep. He's really doing his best Matt Turner.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Mhm.
Sorry, Matt.
I don't yeah, I think that's all I really had to say about it. Great performances. The Sinners performance, that was absolutely wonderful. Um, and then, bringing out Misty Copeland doing the ballerina. Fun fact about your humble co-host, I actually trained to be a ballerina for a few years. I didn't make it, so
Cool. I guess you and
Yeah, that
Katie have
wasn't
that
good.
in common.
Yeah, she's a better dancer than me every day though. And then the K-pop Demon Hunters Golden performance. I wish that was a little bit longer. I know they tend to do them not the full song, but I would have liked to have heard it, especially since they don't do all they used to perform every nominated song, if I remember
And some years I
correctly.
think they have, yeah. That it drags the show down, and especially when you have songs that no one's heard of before, like whatever Diane Warren song it was, or
Whatever that Diane Warren shit
the
was.
opera song that I don't think anyone were. That would have definitely been a like bathroom break kind of song.
Yeah, and you don't want too many seat fillers, everybody getting up for that part.
Yeah,
Um, Crap, I was about to say one more thing before we ended that, and now I can't remember. K-pop Demon Hunters. They had their K-pop, they had their light sticks. That was fun. Well, maybe I'll
it
remember
was
it
fun. It's
eventually.
just a fun show. I don't have any funny jokes, or
No, no
Timmy's
funny
already taken
jokes. I
enough strays. I don't need to make fun of him anymore.
I do have a hot tip though for the ladies and gentlemen who love champagne. Whole wine, total wine, and more. Has Vouv in the like refrigerator already chilled. $53. Perfect.
I had a glass. It was good.
It's really good.
It's my favorite champagne called Vouv. I can say that definitively. I don't know enough about different kinds of champagne. It's not like it's a delicious starry.
Okay. Uh, do you have anything else you would like to embolden the listeners on before we get
Not
to our
really.
movie? Y- You're a sleepy guy.
Sorry, guys. Well, I'm a little sleepy. Today was my first day back at work since like last Thursday, so it was rough getting back into a routine instead
Yeah,
of
where'd you
just
get all that
relaxing.
PTO?
I mean, I have 3 weeks of PTO. I just used a lot of it in March to do birthday related things.
Wow. Hmm. Must be nice.
I only have to use 4 hours to take Fridays off, so it's really easy to take Fridays off. If time goes further that way, whatever. We don't need to talk about my PTO. The
Yeah,
movie
no,
we
yep.
watched today, our 20th episode. We are still in space, everyone, and we watched 1995's classic Apollo 13.
That's me in space, in case you're wondering.
Oh, the cast of this movie, as you probably know, hopefully you know, we have Tom Hanks as Commander Jim Lovell, Bill Paxton as Fred Hayes, Kevin Bacon as Jack Swigert, Gary Sinise as Ken Mattingly. Then there's some other people. There's a lot of people in this movie. Ed Harris as Flight Director Gene Kranz, Kathleen Quinlan as Marion Lovell, Jim's wife, and I don't just a lot of other just white guys. Like I don't think casting director has had so much fun just casting like generic white guys like this in Oppenheimer. Man, just being like a normal looking white guy.
You got it. You got the
Hmm.
role. Could you look any more normal? Thanks. I agree with you. Very, very white cast. Uh, okay, so for those that haven't seen Apollo 13, which I guess I don't know how I made it this far, but here we are. I'll give you guys a brief overview of this movie. The film follows astronauts Jim Lovell, who's Tom Hanks, Fred Hayes, Bill Paxton, and Jack Swigert, who is Kevin Bacon, as they embark on what is supposed to be the third mission to land on the moon. Early in the mission, though, an oxygen tank explodes, crippling the spacecraft and putting the lives of the crew in grave danger. With limited power, dwindling oxygen, and rising carbon dioxide levels, the astronauts must work with NASA's ground control team, led by Flight Director Gene Kranz, who's Ed Harris, to devise life-saving solutions. The tension alternates between the spacecraft's confined, perilous environment and then the frantic, high-stakes problem-solving back on Earth. The crew improvises with ingenious engineering tricks, such as creating a makeshift CO2 scrubber, to survive the journey back. The film ends with a nail-biting reentry into Earth's atmosphere, culminating in the crew's safe splashdown into the Pacific Ocean.
That's what happened.
You always leave me hanging. Like, let me know, like, hey, yeah, that looks good. That sounds great.
Well, are we sure this was the third time someone made it to the moon, or would it have been the first time because the first two were faked?
It's a good point. And I did say last episode that I didn't believe it was real, so
Yeah.
I
So,
guess.
other than that, I'd say great summary. That is what happens in the movie Apollo 13.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
yes, this was a blind spot for you. This was not a blind spot for me. I was amazed that somehow you had not seen this movie because this was just It came out in '95, so what would I have been, like, 10? I kind of hit at that sweet spot where I probably knew what the Oscars were. I remember just chatter about, "Oh, could Tom Hanks win his 3rd Oscar?" And he did
Really?
not.
You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. Like, it was kind of
You were really
what must have been
conscious.
in, like, 5th grade, probably, so this is prior to me going to space camp, but I don't know, just, yeah, kind of coming into my own and, like, developing a sense of what was going on in the film industry and, like, movies and, like, just other than Jurassic Park, which was super Paul as a kid coded because it was about dinosaurs, like, this is one of the first big, like, summer blockbusters that I really remember watching. Yeah, and it's just something I had seen several times. We watched it on the bus on the way to space camp because what else would you do?
Wow.
So this was just a big movie for me growing up, and I probably have not seen it in close to 20 years. So yeah, that's why when I saw this was a blind spot for you, why I
You
thought we
picked
really
it,
needed to
yeah.
watch it.
It's a good choice when you say that you watched it with the other kids. Like one of my big notes, that I felt was different between this and the other movies that we watched. Um, this one had more family in it. Like, okay, yes, I'll give Interstellar that was family, but this one just felt like you also knew everybody on the crew's family. It felt like a family film. Like it felt
Mm.
like sharing space with your family. And I think that's something that Ron Howard does really well. Uh, his movies and kind of always feel to me like he's just thinking about a little warmth. There's like a warmth to his directing. Does that make sense? Like what I'm, like the Grinch.
I've never seen The Grinch, so I was trying to figure out why I like ish Ron Howard, but
Yeah, what
then
is it?
and I think maybe he's a little, maybe just a little too sentimental or a little just too
That's a good
schmaltzy.
word.
But then
Yeah.
he's also making big budget like crowd pleasers. And I wrote
Mhm.
like all of his movies seem to have like the edges sanded off. They're just like a
Okay. Yep.
little too smooth. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's what, like, drops it from like, I do think this is spoiler alert, I guess, if we wanna talk about our feelings now, almost a perfect movie in a lot of ways, but I think, I don't know, kind of just his Ron Howardness maybe drops it from, like, a perfect movie to, like, a 4-ish stars for me. Um, yeah, I don't know. What do you think while I try to compose myself?
Well, no, I agree with exactly what you're saying. Sometimes I try to like try to say what I'm trying to say, and then you kind of finish it off. So, like sanding off the edges is like a really good, I think, way to explain it because there is something just when I was watching it, I just felt like it. It didn't try to make you feel dumb that you
Mhm.
didn't understand space. It it was technical enough without over explaining it, and most of the things that they were going through were, yes, like crazy problems that a normal person wouldn't be able to do, but it was still just a problem solving thing. Like, how do
Yeah.
I get from here to here? And how do I save these people? And like this kind of stuff. But, when it came to Interstellar, it was just like, it was almost like a math problem on a board that I was never going to figure out. And it took a little more of my brain power. This one just it was space soft serve.
Yeah, that's like the actual space ice cream, Dippin' Dots.
It was so good.
Mm, yeah, no, you're right. Like, so in Interstellar, remember I complained that I thought it should have been a sadder ending. I don't think it deserved its happy ending. And even if you didn't know that Apollo 13 was based on a true story and you didn't know the ending of Apollo 13, there was no way anything bad was actually going to happen to those guys, because that's just not the
I
kind of
mean,
movie
how
Ron
often
Howard
does something
makes.
bad happen to Tom Hanks, though? Yeah.
Doesn't he die in Road to Perdition? It's been a while since I saw that one.
It's a blind
Um,
spot for me.
oh, well, when we do our Tom Hanks month, we can get into Road to
Our T.
Perdition.
Hanks, our Thanks month.
But yeah, like I'm just looking at his filmography, and there's some movies that I do really like. There's some big blind spots for me too. Like I've never seen Splash. I should really
I have.
do Splash, and then Luca Guadagnino's A Bigger Splash. Like I should do that as a movie marathon just to see how
Mhm.
those two play
Yeah.
together. The biggest movie for me on his list growing up though was Willow. I absolutely loved Willow
We
as a
loved
kid.
Willow in our house. We
Did you?
loved
Okay.
Willow.
Katie
Mhm.
and I rewatched it couple years ago, I think when they announced that the TV show was coming out, and we never actually got around to watching the TV show, and then they took it off Disney Plus. And it probably is the kind of movie that's better when you're a kid, but I still have so much nostalgia for it that I still liked it.
It had that magic that kids
Yeah.
really like seeing. And there's something about all these movies that you're naming too. It's just like it is very just Ron Howard. I wish that I
Yeah,
could ask him like what his vibe is because there's something about it that is just
but and
so
there's nothing like you said, soft serve. There's nothing like you see a Christopher Nolan movie, you see a Paul Thomas Anderson movie, you see a Wes Anderson movie. Like I'm naming just auteurs, but like there's something just distinct about their movies when I don't think Ron Howard necessarily has that distinctness because all of the edges are smoothed out. Like maybe
it's
it
like
sounds like
he
we're being
pulls
too
a
mean
little
to him,
bit
but
from everybody and then
yeah,
smooths it out.
yeah,
It's like
like
because like this could have been. It makes me think, if he was gonna go huge and like explosions and really get it like a Michael Bay kind of thing, like we're going to space and everything's blowing and blah blah blah. But he took a Michael Bay and sanded it down.
yeah. I mean, I think partially because it's based on a true story, you knew they weren't like
Yeah,
Armageddoning it. So just looking at
also a
his
good movie.
filmography here, like so we're going to see Project Hail Mary, and that's a Lord and Miller movie. Lord and Miller were the ones that were originally working on Solo, but Disney didn't like their vision, so they got rid of them and just brought in Ron Howard because he's a competent. He can do a big budget sci-fi movie, but he's probably going to be a company man and do what Disney wants. He's not going to try to have too much
That's
of his
true.
own
That's
vision,
true.
and that's just kind of Ron Howard to me.
And to be clear, we don't hate Ron Howard.
No, we
Like I
don't hate
know it
Ron
kind of
Howard.
sounds like
We started
we
talking
are
about a lot of
dogging
just
him.
negatives, but it's just I guess his lack of distinctness is his own trait. Like,
His lack of distinctness is almost like a like a home, a warm hug. Like I don't know
yeah,
how to explain it. Can everybody just watch Apollo 13 and let us know if they
movie.
felt the same thing? Like, can you just tell us?
Did you know he had
There's
a movie come out last year that I don't think I ever saw anyone talk about? And Jude Law was in it, and Vanessa Kirby, Anna De Armas, Sydney Sweeney. Like, how
no.
was there a Ron
I saw
Howard
that
movie
and got
last
really
year that?
confused.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll do an Eden watch for one of our crazier months. Anyway, that's probably enough about the director. Do we want to talk about anything else
Yeah,
in
we
this
did a
movie?
lot on. We did a lot
Sorry,
of
Ron
that.
Howard. I do like you, and Arrested Development's one of my, or at least the first 3 seasons, one of the
Yeah,
best TV shows of all time.
one of the
So,
best TV shows to exist. Yeah, let's go to themes. How about themes?
do you want to wait?
What did you what?
Director thoughts. Did you want to talk about how much you love Hillbilly Elegy?
No.
Katelynn is a low key Hillbilly Elegy
No,
fan. She loves JD
Paul.
Vance.
Paul. You
Okay,
can't say shit like that.
I
You
just did
literally
though.
can't
It's my
say shit
birthday.
like that. After everything I did for you, I got you that free dessert.
Yeah. So themes of the movie. What did you think some of the themes of the movie
Well,
were?
I'm stressed now because maybe somebody's going to believe that that was the truth because they don't know me. Guys, it's not true. Um, much like in my everyday life doing this podcast, one of my themes was overcoming adversity. Uh, I wrote because, the ship is doomed after its takeoff with that explosion of the oxygen tank. So then the team alongside Mission Control on the ground is able to come up with what I thought were really ingenious ways to keep the ship from exploding. So overcoming the possible death. So the movie is just kind of just what I wrote, and basically a masterclass in problem solving. And like I said a minute ago, it was not problem solving that you as the viewer couldn't understand. Although I will give that CO2 scrubber, I got confused for a minute there. He's shoving the socks in the sock in the box, and I'm like, okay, what is he doing? Is this actually gonna work? Um, I did.
Did.
I did.
You know what movie I think this has a lot of things thematically similar to? Your
The Grinch.
favorite film, Martin Supreme. Hear me out.
Okay,
So,
go for it. I'm
things that
listening.
I talked about, I think, with Marty Supreme, basically doing everything right to get what you want most in the world, but not being able to achieve it because of things that are out of your control. Like
Going
in
to the
this movie,
moon.
yeah, so Jim wants to go to the moon more than anything else, but they say even like the part that explodes on the oxygen tank was made 2 years prior. Like the problem was existed 2
Was
years
already
before they even got
set up
onto the
before
ship.
he
Like,
got
there was
there.
absolutely nothing they could have done,
Yeah,
anything
he would
any
have never
differently
he'll
at all,
never
and they
make it.
wouldn't have been able to do it. So that, and then also I think the cost of greatness on the people close to you in your life, I think they do a very good job with the scenes with Jim's wife and family and the other astronauts'
Yes.
families too, and how much them wanting to succeed at their chosen profession weighs heavily on the people closest to them.
Mhm. Yeah. Uh, like I said earlier, like just seeing the families made a big difference in the way that I viewed this film and more of like a family movie at that point because of the family. And yeah, you're right. It did take a toll on all of those women because that one girl was pregnant and she's thinking my husband's not going to come home, you know?
Well,
And
and they have to
then
think that every time. Marion said this was what her fourth space launch, and like she's the only
mhm.
wife that's had to do it 4 times. And every time you do that, you just have to think, oh, could this just explode right now?
Yeah.
What could go wrong? So,
Yeah, I didn't write this in themes, but you're making me think like I think I wrote it somewhere else, but like when the daughter doesn't want to go to the blast off and like watch her dad go up because it's just so second hat to her at this point, like they've done it so many times. She's like, I need to stay home because the Beatles just broke up. Um so I did not write family and themes, but I guess yeah, that could be taken.
yeah, I did think those were two pretty big similarities to Marty the Supreme. When I was writing
That's
down
a
my
that's
notes,
a
I was like, oh, I think
good
I've
call
written
out.
these things before, and I had to think about what movie it was, but there we go. Um, So real quick, if
Without being
John
an
ever were
asshole.
going to space and you just found out BTS had broken up, would you be like, I can't go to John's space launch, BTS just broke up? Or
I will say I had something similar when BTS said that they were all going into the military and that BTS would be taking a hiatus. I did cry. But I got through it. Uh, no, I would still go to John's space launch. I would still go.
what if it was his fourth space launch?
Yeah, I would go to every single space launch. It's a good
I
opportunity to come up with like a cute outfit for like a space launch. Like I don't know what I would wear, but maybe I could find like a skirt that has like stars on it or something cute. Or like maybe I could get like a hat that looks like a UFO.
oh,
Like,
you're gonna be really popular with all the astronauts. I'm not sure how John became an astronaut, but good for him.
I don't feel like he
Um,
has that astronautical bone in him, but we'll see.
Maybe. Then obviously I wrote it takes a village because there are just so many moving parts required for any of this to succeed. From, the astronauts who are the face of the mission and up there doing the work to just the lowly guys and whatever
Mhm.
department at NASA that have to come up with the air filter. Like, this really is a movie about teamwork and how, like, how yeah,
Yes, I wrote teamwork. Wow, look,
teamwork.
it's like we had the same notes. The crew up in the ship, doing all their things, and they would not survive if the grounds crew wasn't doing all
Mhm.
of their part too. And some of my favorite parts were the mission control parts. I think there was a great tension with every scene with them, and Ed Harris was really commanding as what was he like? The manager, leader, whatever
Yeah, just
of
uh
of mission control.
mission control, head of the
You just really
crew,
bought that he was in charge down there, and everybody really listened to him as soon as he put on his little vest. See, he has a space outfit.
flight
He has his
director.
little space.
Yeah,
He has
and
his
they
little
kind of made a
space
joke
outfit.
about him that his wife gets him a new one every time. Uh, Ed Harris, Mr. Amy Madigan.
Yeah, Academy Award winner Amy Madigan's husband. And then my last theme was inspirational. The hard work and dedication of both of the teams I felt was really inspiring to watch. Um, and back to Ron Howard, all of his stuff just has a little bit of hope in it. Just a little hope, you know?
So I have a negative one: America's unhealthy obsession with work.
You know what? I'm actually mixing this up with The Martian. Because I was just about to say something and I was like, oh yeah, they were all asleep. And then I was like, wait, that was The Martian.
No,
Um,
the doctor's just like, hey, these guys need to go to sleep. They're making themselves
yeah.
sick, and they're kind of making fun of the doctor the whole time, or like laughing about the whole measles thing. They kind of when Gary Sinise's
Yeah.
character doesn't have the measles. They kind of just like look over at the doctor and it's like, dude, they're just trying to keep you safe. Like,
Yeah, if
why
you
is
go
it
in with
looked?
measles, like
Yeah, everyone's gonna get sick and it's probably
everybody's
gonna
gonna
be
get
just
fucking
as
measles.
catastrophic. Like, and yeah, you guys should go to sleep. I mean, I know it's probably hard to sleep in space when you're on like kind of a dangerous, I don't know, possibly deadly mission, but
Death mission, yeah.
yeah, they would have been a lot healthier. Like Kevin Bacon's putting notes up, like don't accidentally hit this button because you're going crazy and you'll kill everyone else. Like I don't know, man. Maybe take
Mm-hmm.
a power nap. Stop making
Or
fun
fucking
of the
just Bill
doctor.
Paxton sick the whole like basically the whole second half of the movie.
Uh-huh.
Um he looked bad. Like he looked gray. They did a really good shout out to makeup because they made him look really, really clammy. Uh so and then yeah, the people in Mission Control too. Please tell me if this is the wrong movie that I'm thinking of, but they also needed to go to sleep. They also
Yeah,
needed
I
to
did
stop.
think they showed some scenes of them sleeping on the floor. Like there's a one where he comes in and he's like, looks at his watch and he's like, "Is it AM or PM?" And it's like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So some of those
Okay,
guys
because
get
in The
some
Martian
sleep.
they were all awake like 24/7 trying to figure out how to get him back and like solve the problem to get the ship off of Mars fast enough to meet with their ship. And then Donald Glover was the one who figured it out
Well, I haven't seen
on
the
Glover.
movie, so now
That's not a spoiler.
the end of the movie The Martian? I don't know. I feel like you just ruined the entire thing for me. Now I know he
No.
can possibly get off the planet.
Well, you don't know that. Matt Damon could die. He's another one. They never killed Matt Damon. Oh, yes, they did. They killed him
They
in
killed him in
the
Interstellar.
that's that one too. Okay, so Matt Damon dies. You're fine. Do you have any other do you have any other themes? Any other
Space
movies I can
travel.
spoil for you? Yeah, what about space travel?
They do it in this movie.
They
It's a
go to
theme of
space.
all of these space movies.
The way that they're all connected is they are all in space. What do you think about the cast? Because I think it would be a good time to talk about it since I just talk about Bill Paxton being sick the whole time.
I feel like it's almost boring to talk about the cast because everyone's so good. This is just like you get a huge budget, hire some of the best actors of their generation, throw them into a movie, and like then you
Mm-hmm.
get some of these amazing. Like it's Tom Hanks 30 years ago. It's Gary Sinise and
Peak
Tom Hanks
Hanks.
30
Peak
years ago.
Hanks.
It's like coming right off of Forrest Gump. Um, Bill
Yeah.
Paxton, in anything other than Aliens. His performance in Aliens is so bad. Um, or maybe it's good because of how bad it is. I don't know. People love that shit. Yeah, Ed Harris, Kevin Bacon. I guess Kevin Bacon's maybe the weakest of the bunch in this movie, but not really. Like
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. I don't find him to be my favorite of of I wrote down,
he's probably got
four.
the
I wrote down the top
least to
four.
work with. Like he's
He was trying to be like a funny
yeah.
guy. Like he had a little comedy in him. And I like that his last name was like pronounced like swagger. Because he did try to portray that he had a little bit of swagger. Because isn't
Well,
he
he
the
was the
one
first
he's the
non-married
one
one in space.
whose wife
First
or yes,
Bachelor.
the girlfriend was pregnant and he said that was an accident.
No, that was Bill Paxton's character.
Was that Bill Paxton?
Yeah. Did you even watch this movie?
Yes, I did. I sat right here and I watched it.
Were you day drunk?
God, I wish, but no.
No, Kevin Bacon is the one that they said he's the first bachelor in space, and he at the beginning of the movie he's using the beer bottle in the glass to show her how to dock, but he's really talking about a penis.
That's not what I got from that.
He's talking about the
I
lunar
didn't.
module going into the glass, and he said
No, I
nothing
know, but I
feels
didn't
quite
take it
like it.
sexual.
How did you not take that overtly sexual scene as sexual?
I don't know.
Okay.
Why'd they play that on the bus while you were going to space camp if that was happening?
I don't think any of us knew what it meant. No, we probably all did. And then when he gets the call that he's going into space, he's in the shower with someone.
Yep.
You were half watching
No,
this movie.
I did watch it. I swear I watched it. It was just hard to tell the difference.
Between white guys? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, like Bill Paxton looked like Kevin Bacon for most of the movie. And actually, Kevin Bacon he wasn't originally on the flight. He only went on
Right.
after Gary Sinise got measles.
Yeah, yes, that is part of the movie. Thank you for...
See, I watched it.
That's when he gets the call that he's going into space because Gary Sinise isn't. He's in the shower with the lady. He's supposed to be a real poon hound.
Gross. Who says that?
Podcasters.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you have a favorite? Any favorite performances?
Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks was my
I really
favorite.
liked Gary Sinise in this movie. Just
I
looking
think
at...
everybody likes Gary Sinise doing anything.
Well, yeah, but looking at his performance, sometimes I forget about Gary Sinise. So looking at this compared to Lieutenant Dan say, like,
Yeah.
one of his other most iconic performances, like, "Oh, this guy actually has range," because, yeah, I just liked I don't know. I
I
thought he
like
was
Tom
good.
Hanks. I
Uh,
like Tom Hanks. I don't think there's anything wrong with him personally or professionally. Um,
there's no way to not
he's
like Tom Hanks.
Woody.
He's Tom Hanks. He's
Yeah.
America's dad, and, 30 some
Mm,
31 years ago, he was America's cool brother? I don't know. What's a dad minus 30? Just a dude?
your uncle.
Still probably
Like your
like
uncle.
40. Yeah, Tom Hanks is great. It's just when you have just great actors like this and iconic performances, it's like, what do you even say?
Yeah.
A great actor is great. Like that's not surprising.
Yeah, great
There's just
actor is
nothing to
doing
complain
great
about with this
acting.
movie. There's no weak link.
Is this one of probably then Tom Hanks's best performances?
Um, well, I think it
Tough
probably
questions.
aged better than Forrest Gump. I'm not. I obviously he won the Oscar for Forrest Gump, and I don't really know how we feel about Forrest Gump these days. I've actually never seen Philadelphia, so
Isn't that the one where he gets AIDS?
yeah, but that's one of his other Oscar-winning performance.
Mm,
So I don't know. I've got a lot of blind spots when it comes to Tom Hanks too. I've never seen Castaway,
that's
even though I
weird.
think that's Taylor's favorite movie.
I feel like that
Um,
would be something you have seen.
no, well, I have a lot of I haven't seen The Godfather, so it shouldn't surprise you that
Yeah,
there are
actually,
so many
no,
movies that I haven't
no, because
seen.
you know what doesn't scream Paul to me is mafia,
Mm,
mob, to the mob.
but
Like,
volleyball does. I
what
don't
is
know. I
that?
guess like, Castaway is
Top Gun?
probably no the volleyball and Castaway. Wilson.
But it's not about a vol.
Isn't he a volleyball coach that gets stranded on an island?
Oh my god, it's been so long. I can't remember his job. I just know that he does get stranded with the
No, he's
volleyball.
a UPS driver, isn't he? Isn't that the whole like he? I don't know.
That
I
sounds
haven't even
right.
seen the
That sounds
goddamn
right.
movie, but
And his name is Wilson.
mm, yeah, I'm looking at Tom Hanks's. Wow, Tom Hanks has been in a lot of movies, hasn't he?
Tom
You
Hanks is never
know
gonna quit.
what I really well, the Phoenician Scheme, that was a good movie. I really like Catch Me If You Can. Katie and I were talking about that the other day because it was on one of our free TV channels, and I
I gotta
asked
watch
her
that
if
one.
she had seen them. Okay, well, Spielberg month coming up soon.
That'd be good.
It's on the calendar for June. Spoilers.
Great. Got it.
Okay. Is there
Bam.
anything else we need to say about this really good cast?
I think wrap it up with cast was doing great cast work. The cast was casting. It was the perfect cast. See, I'm casting out.
Can you do that
I'm
again? We
fishing.
we
Yeah.
really need a
Perfect
longer clip
cast.
for yeah. That'll make a great Instagram reel. You can
I'm
Photoshop a little
boomeranging,
fish.
actually. I'm
Oh yeah.
boomeranging in real life. I got the perfect cast. How about the plot?
I have that it just feels really well paced to me. It doesn't feel like it's 2 hours and 20 minutes. We love when a movie doesn't feel as long as it does. It is, and it no, so it did feel that
I'll
long to you.
disagree. It did feel a little long to me.
Well, you weren't even paying attention, so
Yeah, no, I was paying attention. It's just I had a lot of things going on. But it did feel a little long to me. I feel like some things could have been cut, like probably that whole barfing scene. I didn't
it's
need
just not like that. That's something that happens in space.
something that would happen to me in space. I would barf in space. But from my understanding and from my own research, this is actually really true to what happened in real life overall. Not just the whole mission, just everything that happened to them too was supposed to be pretty accurate. Like NASA experts reportedly praised its portrayal of the mission and the crisis management, all that stuff, both aboard the ship and on the ground. So I think for me that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I saw that too. Like a lot of the conversations, not all of them, but a lot of them are taken verbatim from the transcripts with NASA and the crew. So,
Mm-hmm.
one of them that's not is the iconic Houston, we have a problem line. He actually says it slightly differently in real life. So
What did he
that's
say?
funny.
Do you know what he said?
I think like Houston, we've got a problem here or something. It's slightly different, but it's not exactly what's in the movie. So,
Oh,
um,
Tom.
yeah. And there's some stuff that they obviously, from what I saw, literally just looking at Wikipedia, they took some dramatic license with. But yeah, from what I know, very accurate to how the situation actually played out in real life, and I think all the astronauts were actually happy with it too, the ones that saw it. There was a prior movie made about this that Jim Lovell really hated because he thought they took way too much dramatic license with it, and he enjoyed his portrayal or in this movie and the movie in general. So
Kinda sounds like he also just really likes Tom Hanks because
yeah,
he sent him a gift and everything and was just, like, really excited that he was playing him, which yeah,
well, we all love Tom Hanks, America's dad, right?
America's fun uncle.
Fun uncle.
What?
You don't want him to be your dad because you already have a dad and it's Chevy Chase.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never considered Tom Hanks my father, no. Mm-mm. Uh I also said it before, but I would say it again that just the space, like not being super technical about everything was just it just made the movie really palatable for me, um, and it almost was just a little more like a drama movie that just took place in space. It
Yeah.
wasn't necessarily like a space movie with some drama intermingled. So
Well,
for me, this was great.
also had that the pacing was well, even though you don't agree. But I did think, even if you thought it was a little too long, I thought things were spaced out well enough that like a crisis arises just often enough, like they solve one, you get a little bit of reprieve, just something them talking to each other, then something else goes wrong. So it ratchets up the tension just enough every so
Mhm.
often to keep you involved with the movie.
Okay.
And I think it does a really good job balancing the spectacle and the disaster of being in space with the human element back at home. So the mission control, or even just seeing, the actual lives that it's affecting just at their home. So yeah, when it gets to be too much space stuff, you get something back on Earth. And I thought I guess the editing, the balance, like they did a really good job with that too.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll agree with that. I like I said, I loved the parts in Mission Control, and maybe that was what I was missing. And I did like Interstellar. I did give that like a really good, but it was like every time you went back to Earth, it was still just like absolutely shitty.
Hmm.
So at least with this, you got the reprieve with the daughter about her Beatles and like all the kids. And I liked that aspect of it, and I like that it made a little bit of a change. So even though it was a longer movie for me, I feel like everything's just been really long that we're watching. That you're right when it comes to like the reprieve of the family, um, and the reprieve of the mission control that made it feel a little bit better.
Hmm. And I think it humanizes them too, because as much as you're spending time with them, the characters aren't necessarily that deep. Like what we know, like Kevin Bacon's the new one, Bill Paxton's the sick one, Tom Hanks is the leader that really wants
The
to go to the
leader,
moon. Like you
yeah.
don't get too much about like their inner thoughts or anything. I mean, there's a little bit, but
Hmm.
it's not a character study of these guys. So
Do you think that Tom Hanks made a good leader?
I'd follow him in this movie.
You would? You'd follow him? He has that
So
confidence that you're like, "I should follow him." Like
he's got that kind of confidence that, like, if something goes wrong, I would trust him to try to figure a way out of it, which is what he has to do in this movie. I feel like,
yeah,
yeah, I'd follow Tom
'cause well,
Hanks.
he has that feeling of just being a friendly guy, and that's probably another reason that they
Yeah,
did choose Tom Hanks, not only for him being one of the biggest actors at the time and still, but he wants to help you.
yeah.
He wants
He just has a kindness that he
to get you
radiates from
there.
him, even if he's playing a bit of a dick. Not that he's a
Yeah.
dick in this movie, but um, yeah, I don't know if this is necessarily a plot thought or should be miscellaneous thought, but I think seeing this now again in 2026, so long after I had probably seen it before, since I saw it growing up as a kid, like there's just like a certain patriotism and kind of like rah rah America that I think this movie has that spirit, like the entire country like coming together to wish these guys well, or like even America having like being united to get to the moon, and like just the Apollo program existing. It's hard
Mhm.
to work up that enthusiasm now, just given the state of the country and how shitty things are. So it's weird
Right.
looking at it from a different lens 31 years after this movie came out, and even longer than that, since oh god, what year was this? 1970? Yeah, that was a long time ago. But yeah, just kind of not in a place to feel super patriotic about this country, and not making any jokes at your expense, but just knowing Ron Howard made a movie about JD Vance, and Brian Grazer, his longtime producing partner, talked about how he voted for Trump in 2024. Like, I don't know, it sours the movie a little bit for me.
Right. It's also, to that effect, a little wild to me because I don't even think that we get excited about really anything, but I mean, there's people up in space right now,
Yeah.
and no one gets excited that there's people in space doing stuff. Every once in a while, we get like cool pics, and we're like, "Oh, those are some really clear pics of Saturn. Thanks."
Mhm.
And it's almost just like another old hat. Like we're always in space. Like cool. So I wonder if there is anything. I mean, I could think of one thing that everybody would get behind and turn on their TVs.
Oh, Timothy Chalamet going nude.
Yes.
Gotcha.
That would
Yeah, but even
bring
in
the
the movie,
country
I
together.
guess they kind of deal with it a little bit, like, "Oh, we've already landed on the moon, what are we still bothering with this for?" Like, how
Yeah.
things that are kind of mysterious, like, the country had already moved past it, and
It's just
you're
the
right, I think
moon.
we're still in a place like that because even at the end of the movie, he says something about, "And then maybe someday someone will go back to the moon," and literally no one has set foot on the moon since 1972. Like, in our lifetimes, Caitlin, no one's been to the moon.
Could be us.
I don't wanna go to the moon, but
After they see these podcasts and they see how much we know about space, they're like, "These people are knowledgeable. Sea
this
of
will be the
Tranquility. Bet."
I'll see you
Pulled
on
that one
Mount
out.
Marion.
Great. Look at us. Do you have any other plot thoughts? I think we kinda got
No,
to that.
it's you know what happens in the movie.
Sure enough. What
It's
about
space.
cinematic?
So anything in zero G is amazing. Obviously, having the budget to pay NASA to let you go up in their vomit comet and film things in zero G is not something that everyone can do. So the
Kinda
fact
wanna
that they,
try it.
yeah, I kind of want to try it too.
I think I could
But
do it if
so
I didn't
I
eat.
was reading just about the vomit comet and like how they do things in that, and you only get like 25 seconds with like each time it goes down. So the fact that they had
Okay.
to like, film all of that and do their lines and like I don't know how much time they had to like actually spend with that, but that's just kind of crazy thinking that you only get 25 seconds to get a shot and
Yeah.
everything looks so seamless.
Working under those tight conditions.
Yeah. And having to
Uh,
learn how to float through zero G environments and act and yeah, just pretty crazy. So just really cool that they were able to pull that off.
that's a good point. A lot of really good zero G acting in all these
Mhm.
movies that we've seen.
Well, yeah, but
I'm
this is
sure that
real
they
zero
spent a good
G.
amount of time. Yeah. Well, I'm sure they spent a lot of time like learning, but it's almost really cool just coming and then it would
Yeah.
just you know what I mean? Like they would just straight just kind of come down and then the camera would even kind of move with
Mhm.
it. And so it made you feel like a little like a space ballet. Talking about ballet again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just like a little space performance.
We like
Because
ballet on
me,
this
I would
podcast.
probably be like boom, boom, boom all over the inside
Just
and
ping-ponging,
barfing in bags. Yeah.
Marty Supreming off the
Just
walls.
Marty Supreme all over. Some of my favorite cinematic moments were the view of Earth. I thought that was quite beautiful, and come to find out that it was actually a photo that was taken when they were on the mission, like in real life originally. So they used a real photo of that, and that's just like that's just like so crazy to me that there is a place where you can see all of Earth and not be on Earth. And for most people, actually everybody, will never be off of Earth. And wow,
Yeah,
that's all I can say. Wow.
it hits you right there.
Yeah, it
Um,
really got me.
I thought so this is, maybe it sounds like a negative, but I don't mean it that way. Given that it was in 1995, I think they did a really good job, like, hiding the 1995
The
CGI, like
1995 of it.
yeah, when you can tell it's CGI, but, like, I don't know, the rocket's taking off, and the camera's kinda shaking, and there's, like, fire and smoke just kind of hiding the fact that the ship is poorly animated or whatever, like, not focusing too much on any of the CGI, like, using it really sparingly, mostly just being interiors of the ship and stuff, like, I guess that I consider that cinematic in that they were using the tricks of the cinema to like work within the constraints that they had,
That's fair.
and it
Yeah.
wasn't glaringly obvious for a 31-year-old movie.
Yeah, I agree. Because now that you're saying that there was not a lot of CGI, I'm like, oh, okay. Surprising to me. Because I paid attention. Uh, I did. Tank explosion, I also wrote down. So I guess that kind of goes off what you're saying with the CGI. I thought that the tension really just rose in this whole part and makes you really really remember that one small thing can change everything. And then finding out at the end, that it was just that like one wire that messed up all their dreams and mostly Jim's dream. It just really makes you think like that butterfly effect. Just one little thing changing everything for you in your whole life is scary.
Like I said before, you could do everything right, and some things are just still out of your control.
Feel that.
Yeah. Like we
Wow.
have the best movie podcast on the internet, but we're still not rich.
Or
We're only
rich
doing this
in
for money, people.
movie. Or
It's
rich
true.
in movie watching.
My rich cinematic journey through these 20 episodes has been
Boy.
worth more than any single dollar. Yeah, any other cinematic moments?
I said I hated it, but Fred's space sickness. Um, there's something about just people barfing, and it was one thing to let it float through the air, but it was another thing for then the camera to go underneath the bag and for you to watch the bag fill with barf. Like, I guess that's not super cinematic, but I guess it was important to show. I just think there was a lot of body fluids in this movie.
A lot of pee.
More than you would think would be in it. I put pee under favorite moments, but I guess because who doesn't love a good pee? But I guess I could put under cinematic as well. So the barf, and then yeah, when they were e- there, that's something I've never thought about is how they pee. That was weird.
One leg at a time.
What do you mean by that?
Um, yeah, so what about some of your favorite moments, or did you have
Well,
any
what
more
do you mean
cinematic?
by that? What do you mean by one leg at a time?
You'd have to ask the astronauts.
No, they put the thing in their suit. Oh, because the penis is like a leg?
No, it was just something that didn't make any sense, and I was just gonna see how far you. Never mind. Yeah,
Paul, I'm trying to educate the listeners who also didn't know. And then also, how does a lady pee in space? Maybe we need to
one
focus
leg
more
at a
on how
time.
ladies pee in space. Um, but listeners, this tube, I guess, or whatever that they stick into the hole in their suit and then they peeps, um, later got used by two separate astronauts on accident, and he thinks that he gave him the clap. Remember that? He's like, I think he
Because
gave me the
Kevin
clap.
Bacon's such a
It
poo
hurts when
hound.
I pee. It hurts when I pee. I'm like, what the fuck? Uh, and then also I just wrote down the ending reentry into the earth and splashdown into the water. The tension for me was really high here. I was like looking at my screen, my pits were sweating. That 3 minute wait for them to come back into the atmosphere, like if they didn't hear from them within 3 minutes, they were probably burned up and didn't make it. I wonder, I didn't time it, but I wonder if that was 3 minutes. Wouldn't that have been cool if they actually did it like
In real
3 minutes
time.
of, yeah, like
That might
kind of
have
three
felt
minutes of
long, but I
silence?
guess I'm sure it felt really long to everyone else too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
imagine trying to come into Earth's atmosphere
Well, you know
and
what? I think
regain
when I first saw
communication.
this movie in 1995 or whatever, I didn't have Wikipedia. I didn't have the internet in my pocket. I was a kid. I didn't know about the Apollo 13 mission. Like I knew Apollo 11, I knew about the astronauts that got to the moon. I had no idea if they lived or died. So, like, seeing this for the first time, I still remember, like, man, how is this movie going to end? And
Mm-hmm.
obviously now I do know how it ends, and it's a little less of a gut punch because I know they're going to be fine. But
Well, then
spoiler
some of them
alert, they
died
make it.
later.
Yeah.
But then some of them died later, sad.
Oh, that's all. I mean, it's a good ending. It's definitely emotional, and you're really rooting for them. Really would have been not a very well regarded movie had they not made it, right? Would've been too sad.
I think
But
so.
that's not who Ron Howard is, guys.
He's got that hope. He's got hope and love. Preacher's wife. Do you have any favorite moments?
So I really like when all the stuff's like kind of laid out on the table and like we've got to make an air filter out of this, and then they come out walking with that air filter and it's just all the junk put together. That
Yeah.
just always sticks with me. I mean, everything in space looks great. The ending itself is great, but for whatever reason, just that air filter scene is something that has stayed with me through my entire life.
That was particularly interesting to me because my mind doesn't really work that way, to where they were like, okay, what do they have in the ship that can help them?
Hmm.
And we have to get those items because that's all we can work with. Like you forget that they're not like on a boat or something where they have
Yeah,
access to like other stuff. It's like you have to choose so wisely like what they have. And would I have ever thought of using one of their socks? Probably not. But maybe that's why I'm again not an astronaut because those are just
that's probably
not
one of
things that
many
I think
reasons you're
about.
not an astronaut.
Yeah, that and my bones are brittle.
Hmm. Oh, and Gary Sinise in the simulator when the little the amps are going up and they get it right under the 21 amps or whatever. That's one of my favorite scenes too. I
Or
don't know, I
the
guess I'm
other,
just
like, docking scene. There's another docking.
you really love docking scenes, don't
I
you?
love a good docking scene. And I'm also just my mission is just pointing out every docking scene in every movie. Uh, I already said it, but the daughter freaking out about the Beatles was just a real mood for me. Um, and then, the re-entry into the atmosphere. See, some of these were the same. I had a lot of the
Yeah.
same.
I mean, this
And then I
movie
did
hits the
write
right beats, you know? A lot of people are gonna have the same favorite moments because it's just what the movie is.
it's just a lot of favorite moments strung
Yeah.
together. We talked about it a little bit, but I'll just say, Houston, we have a problem. It's just like another one of those lines, like,
Mhm.
you had me at hello, that I never saw it get performed. And now I have seen it be performed, and it's just as great as I thought it
Yeah.
would be.
Iconic
It
as
just
you Yeah, it's one of those
iconic.
things. I think this is probably a movie I saw it when it came out, but I probably didn't see it in theaters. It probably was one of the things my parents wanted to watch prior. So I think even before I saw this movie, that had like permeated the cultural lexicon and people were like joking about it and saying it. And, I
Yeah.
knew
If
that line
anything's
before.
wrong, Houston, we have a problem.
Hmm.
Yep.
So, yeah, space.
I think that's all I have, actually. Uh, I will say miscellaneously, though, it was one of the better movies of space that I think um, we've seen. And I am thankful for the reprieve I got from it from after watching 2001: A Space Odyssey. I feel much better about this.
I did not think it was as good as 2001, but I really like it. You could say maybe it's a little cheesy, maybe it's a little schmaltzy. But like I said, it was something meaningful to me as a child and might be a little bit too nice, but I still enjoyed it. I liked watching it and I'm glad I saw it again.
I
Might
would
not
like to
need to
give
watch
it
it for another 20 years, but
I'd like to give it like a rating, like a 3.8.
yeah, I'd probably give it something like that out of a 5. Like it's not quite a
Yeah.
4-star for me, but
No, no. But
still
I
just
enjoyed it.
enjoyable. Yeah.
We would
Um,
recommend if you're following along.
yeah, watch it. Watch it, Todd.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Anything else about Apollo 13 before we wrap it up? We're getting the signal from Benicio del Toro. We're getting the signal.
No one gives us any signals. No, I don't think I have anything else about the movie, if we want to call it.
Okay, we'll call it. Do you have any non-movie shout-outs
I've got several.
you want? Is one of them the same one as me? Do you want me to go first because I only have one? Okay. This is, I guess, a communal shout out from Theme on Screen. So I guess not just from me, but we did play along with some listeners for our Oscar pool. And it was just so fun to watch. I think I would love to do that again next year if we do.
Me too.
Just watching every time an award came. I mean, that website updated so quickly. So special shout out to our top three. Paul was number one, so I gotta give him a shout out. But we also had our guest from last time, Ray Straight, got second place, and friend of podcast, Caitlin Renner, got third. So congratulations, guys. Thank you for playing with us. I will do better. I promise. I will not vote with my heart. I will vote with my brain, which is maybe not even the best.
I will try to do better as well. I'm ashamed that I did not get a perfect score, so that's my goal for next year, perfect score. Um,
Just do
yeah.
yours. You're so
It was a
annoying.
lot of fun. So my first non-movie shout out, I'm going to give a shout out to my friends John and Caitlin. Thanks so much for coming to the casino and making my birthday weekend a special night. Without you two, it would have just been a romantic getaway with my wife, but instead it was a
But
lovely
instead, we
weekend
had to
with
hang out with
two
you.
great friends. And I don't know if you guys know, but you give Caitlin a couple of martinis. She's like, why does anyone even like me? I'm so weird. So, Caitlin, I just want to assure you that I do like you, and I'm glad that you came with me to the casino. I want to do a quick shout out. I don't know. We're going to combine this month's theme space with next month's theme animation. Don't know if anyone saw, but the cast of Firefly reunited over the weekend to announce that they have everything but funding for a Firefly animated series. So if you know anything about me, you'll know that Firefly was, a TV show that I loved a lot. And yeah, I don't know, whatever we can say about Joss now, but Firefly, Buffy, Angel, just all really important shows to me. And Firefly was unfortunately canceled way too soon, so we didn't get enough stories. But if, they're just trying to build hype on the internet for this, so someone will pay them to make the series because they've got, some art concept. They've got scripts. They've got Joss's blessing to do the show. They've got the entire cast together, save Ron Glass, who unfortunately passed away. So it'd be really cool if you just follow like Nathan Fillion on Instagram or whatever. Give him some likes. The rest of the cast and crew, because animation's maybe not my favorite way to watch things, but I'm still excited for more
Are they doing a
Firefly. So
GoFundMe, or are they just hoping that this will drum up
no, I think they're just trying
some
to drum up
investors?
support so they can show studios, look, they've got like 12 million likes on the original post or something already. So they're just trying to be like, look, this is the kind of buzz we're getting. Like, so yeah. And then my final shout out's not really a shout out, but Katie said that I should just do a quick bingo check in to remind everyone that we are working on our bingo game. And
Good
she's
one.
currently watching a movie for her bingo square right now. I've already done one for mine. Matt Turner may or may not have some. I don't know. I'm not sure if Caitlin's got any, but yeah, just know that sometime next month we'll be doing our bingo episode, and our bingo squares are up on Instagram. So if you would like to play along, just grab one of those squares for yourself. And yeah, that's it.
Great reminder. I hope everybody's playing along. Remember, I think I put them in the comment section so that you can, if you want to do the 3 crying Caitlyns. And then I'd love to hear if you guys cried. Is it just me? That's the question. Like, is
Probably
it
just
just
you.
me? Okay, guys, we're gonna wrap it up for you. Like we said, this weekend we are going to see our next movie. So remember, that is going to be Project Hail Mary, starring the ever so funny Ryan Gosling. And it's space. So
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
our last space movie, so
our last space movie. We get to come down back to Earth, finally.
to watch the Mario Galaxy movie, which might be a space movie
Yeah,
too.
so I guess could also be considered space.
Cool.
Anyway,
Well,
you
thanks
want me to?
for
You
sticking
got
with
it.
us through 20 episodes. If you would like to find us on the internet, we are on Instagram at theme.onscreen. We are on Letterboxd at themeonscreen. We are on YouTube, Theme on Screen. Caitlin's on Letterboxd. Matt Turner's on Letterboxd. Yeah. So
Yeah, most of
follow
the people
along.
that we've had on
Your
have been on
friends.
Letterboxd, so
All of our guests are on
nothing,
Letterboxd.
nothing wrong with following somebody who also likes movies.
So thank you so much. I would say we couldn't do this without you, but we don't make any money. In fact, we just pay to do this every
Jeez, oh
month. So
pizzas, man,
we
that's like
could
3
do this without
times.
you.
Anyway, we have a GoFundMe. So if you don't give money to Firefly, give it to us. I'm joking.
We are
Thank
joking,
you
but
guys
thank
all for
you still for
listening.
listening.
We do love you.
Yeah.
All right.
And we'll see you next week. Bye.
All right. Bye.